Well, the Guardian Mudcrab should be right around here. I can't say I feel too intimidated. I don't feel like this is going to be much of a challenge. If anything, I think these Timberwolves are going to be a little bit more challenging just because there's, you know, a few of them. Just because there's more than one, and they're not crabs. Oh, what was that? Oh! Okay, that's also a little bit more intimidating than a mud crab. Oh, we must have wandered too close to Sleeping Tree Camp. We must have gotten a little too close.
Hello up there. What's the way?
Oh, and okay. He really doesn't like the tall jokes, does he? He's really not a fan of tall jokes. Oh! I was gonna try and take out my shield, but no. No, no, no. Let's see if we can avoid the giant this time around. I think we did just wander a little too close to Sleeping Tree Camp, so Lucian, if you can maybe bring the wolf over this way and... Oh no, alright, we got his attention, alright. I think that mammoth is just looking for trouble. I'm pretty sure that mammoth just wants to start a fight. Here's what we'll do. I know how to deal with giants. I know how to deal with them if I can just back up and heal up for a moment.
Ah! Ow!
Just want my shield out for this. I'm trying to see where the giant is, but I can't see past the mammoth.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
He
but
went
also the harder they
flying to the side. I really expected he was going to fly backwards, but no. Whew. We learn from our mistakes. We learn from our mistakes, we learn from our failures. That is the adventurer's life. That's what it's all about. Now, where is this mud crab? If anything, I feel like the real sacred trial should have been surviving that whole ordeal. Using the shout to best my enemies to make sure that I'm not felled in combat. That's the real challenge, if you ask me. I see a spider chasing a deer. I can see the mud crab from here. Oh, a little bit bigger than I expected, a little bit bigger than I would have anticipated. I'm still not too worried about it. I don't think this is going to be too much of a problem for us. I didn't even have enough time to make some sort of joke about steamed crabs. I was thinking of one. I was working on one. Not enough time. It's a real shame. What is hiding out over in this ruin? What is over here? I'll check it out. I'll see what's hanging out over here. That way we can get on our merry way. That way we can get back on the road and focus on finding Sorine. Oh, just a wolf. See? Easy. Still say the giant was the worst part of all of that, but unfortunately that wasn't our trial. That wasn't the assignment. Alright, from here we can just keep going northwest through Rorikstead, through Karthwasten, and we'll find Serene Jurard before you know it. Uh-oh. Bandit ambush. Oh, and my horse is in the way. My horse is trying to flee. Can't say I blame her. I haven't exactly trained her for battle. The most we've done is slap some armor on her, but at this point I think she knows that the best thing to do is run the second she sees any sign of danger. Oh, is that a wood elf? I need your blood. I swear, it's not as ominous as you think. It sounds a lot worse when I say it out loud, but it's for science. Or so I've been told.
You won't get the best of me.
Oh, you're another wood elf. Man. It's my lucky day, I guess. Does that just leave Falmer blood for me at this point? It does. I just need Falmer blood. If anything, that's the easiest one to find. If anything, that's probably the most convenient and the one that I feel not as weird about collecting. Now to get back on my horse, but she really fled. Didn't she? Where did she get to? Where is she? Oh, there you are. I honestly thought you ran back up that way, back towards Rorikstead. I guess not. What is this? We are just finding all the ambushes today, aren't we? Oh, an otherworldly Daedra worshipper? Okay. Maybe that was a good ambush then. Oh, it was very much a good ambush. Okay. I got ambushed again. I got ambushed in the end. I was about to shout and I just didn't have enough time because I was still switching back to Fire Breath, but... An otherworldly Daedra worshipper? Oh, and here we go again. Oh, no worshipper this time, Spriggans! If anything, I will happily take 3 Spriggans over a very powerful mage. Who will honestly manage to kill me with just a single gaze. With a single look, a single spell. This worked out a little bit better for me, just not for the orc hunters who got involved both times. Oh! I see someone over there. Is that her? Do you think, Lucian? Do you think that's Sorine over there? I guess we'll find out in a sec. Hello? Oh, there you are. Hello?
You haven't seen a sack full of dwarven gyros lying around, have you? I'd swear I left it right here. Do you think mud crabs might have taken it? I saw one the other day. Wouldn't be surprised if it followed me here.
Followed you?
Just look around, will you?
A mud crab followed you? Listen, I have no time for this. Isran asked me to find you.
Isran? Wants me? No, you must be mistaken. He made it exceedingly clear the last time we spoke that he had no interest in my help.
It's funny how many people seem to say that.
I find it hard to believe he's changed his mind. He said some very hurtful things to me before I left.
I've also heard that a lot.
Anyway, I'm quite happy in my current pursuits. So if you'll excuse me...
You had a falling out?
Yes, that was my point. I felt it was rather clear.
No, I've heard it before.
Look, what is it you want from me?
When his ugly red head rolled around on the floor.
Could I convince you to come with us if Lucian just sings to you, if he serenades you? Vampires threaten all of Skyrim. We need your help.
Vampires? Really? Oh, and I suppose now he remembers that I proposed no less than 3 different scenarios that involved vampires overrunning the population. Well, what are they up to?
Well, I don't know how it happened, but they have an Elder Scroll.
Well, that's actually something I never would have anticipated. Interesting.
Add that to the list.
I'm not sure what they would do with one, but in this case, Isran is probably correct in thinking it isn't good. All right. If nothing else, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to learn more about what's going on so I can better defend myself.
That's the spirit.
But I'm not just going to abandon what I've been working on here. It's too useful. I need at least 1 intact dwarven gyro. So either I need to find the satchel those mud crabs stole, or I need another gyro from someplace. You wouldn't happen to have one, would you?
I don't have any gyros on me. I can look around, though.
Well, then I'm very sorry, but I can't just walk away from this project yet.
Alright, well, let me take a look around.
Mm-hmm.
Well, mud crabs always hang out by the shore, so let's check the shore. Oh. No mud crabs in sight, but here it is. You need 1 intact gyro. How about 7 of them? I sure hope she takes all 7 and not just 1. They're hers after all. I don't need them. I don't want them.
What would mud crabs want with my satchel anyway?
Maybe they're just attracted to shiny things. We still need your help.
I understand that, but I really can't leave here without at least 1 usable piece of dwarven equipment. A single gyro would be enough, I think.
There once was a
Believe
hero
me,
named
this is
Lucian
useful stuff.
Flavius, whose singing and writing and looks were just marvelous.
I'm pretty sure that Lucian could convince her. He's charming, you know? Here, I've got a dwarven gyro. Take it. Take all of them.
Thank you. It's not much, but this will help a great deal with some things I've been researching.
They're yours. Please, take them all.
Where is it Isran expects me to go?
We're meeting at Fort Dawnguard.
Ah, been working more on his secret hideout, has he? It'll be interesting to see how much progress he's made.
Not much.
I'll finish up here and head in that direction as soon as I can. See you there. Good day.
Well, now I just have 6 dwarven gyros that I don't want, that I don't need. I wish she had taken them. If anything, they're hers. Now they're just gonna sit out here collecting dust and rust. Well, would you look at that? They really are getting some work done. We didn't have this gate before. Apparently it's not gonna keep rabbits out. If rabbits can just climb over the gate, I don't know how effective this is going to be against vampires.
Alright, Isran. You've got us all here. Now what do you want?
Hold it right there.
What are you doing?
Making sure you're not vampires. Can't be too careful. So welcome to Fort Dawnguard. I'm sure you've heard a bit of what we're up against. Powerful vampires, unlike anything we've seen before. And they have an Elder Scroll. If anyone is going to stand in their way, it's going to be us.
This is all well and good, but do we actually know anything about what they're doing? What do we do now?
We'll get to that. For now, get acquainted with the space. Sorine, you'll find room to start your tinkering on that crossbow design you've been working on. Gunmar, there's an area large enough for you to pen up some trolls. Get them armored up and ready for use. In the meantime, we're going to get to the bottom of why a vampire showed up here looking for you. Let's go have a little chat with it, shall we?
I have the slightest inkling that he was talking to me. Why do I have the feeling that I'm in trouble?
So let's hear it.
Oh! Hey, it's good to see you again. I didn't know if I would.
You probably weren't expecting to see me again.
Not really, no. What are you doing here? Oh, also, sorry, my lantern probably doesn't feel too great for you, so... Here, let me just turn that off for you.
I'd rather not be here either, but I needed to talk to you. It's important, so please just listen, before your friend here loses his patience. Well, it's about me, and the Elder Scroll that was buried with me.
What about the scroll? What about you?
The reason I was down there, and why I had the Elder Scroll. It all comes back to my father. I'm guessing you figured this part out already, but my father's not exactly a good person, even by vampire standards. He wasn't always like that, though. There was a turn. He stumbled onto this obscure prophecy and just kind of lost himself in it.
What do you mean by lost himself?
He just became absorbed, obsessed. He was kind of sick, actually. The prophecy said that vampires would no longer need to fear the sun, For someone who fancied himself as vampire royalty, that's pretty seductive. Anyway, my mother and I didn't feel like inviting a war with all of Tamriel, so we tried to stop him. That's why I was sealed away with the scroll.
What's all this have to do with the Dawnguard? You took a big risk coming here.
I did, but something about you makes me think I can trust you. I hope I'm not wrong.
No, you're right. We just have to convince the others that you're on our side.
Well, let's move then. I'm nothing if not persuasive.
Hey, Isran.
All right, you've heard what it has to say. Now tell me, is there any reason I shouldn't kill this blood-sucking fiend right now?
Set your hatred aside and try to see the larger picture, Isran.
Set my hatred aside? Not a chance. It's what keeps me strong.
You don't trust her? Fine. Trust me. I believe her.
You'd better know what you're doing. It can stay for now, but if it so much as lays a finger on anyone here, I'll hold you responsible. Got it?
Got it.
You hear me? Don't feel like a guest, because you're not. You're a resource. You're an asset. In the meantime, don't make me regret my sudden outburst of tolerance and generosity. Because if you do, your friend here is going to pay for it.
Thank you for your kindness. I'll remember it the next time I'm feeling hungry.
I feel really good about this.
So, in case you didn't notice the giant thing on my back, I have the Elder Scroll with me. Whatever it says, it will have something that can help us stop my father. But of course, neither of us can read it.
I'm surprised your father let you walk out of the castle with it. Do you know anyone who can?
Well, the Moth Priests are the only ones I've heard of who can do it. They spend years preparing before they start reading, though. Not that it helps us anyway, because they're all half a continent away, in Cyrodiil.
Some Imperial scholar arrived in Skyrim a few days ago. I was staking out the road when I saw him pass by. Maybe that's your Moth Priest.
Do you know where he's staying now?
No, and I'm not going to waste men looking. We're fighting a war against your kind, and I intend to win it. You want to find him? Try talking to anyone who'd meet a traveler. Innkeepers and carriage drivers in the big cities, maybe. But you're on your own.
Any idea how you're going to find a Moth Priest? Skyrim's a pretty big place.
Where would a Moth Priest actually go?
Well, back before you know. The College of Winterhold was the first place I'd think to go for any kind of magic or historical thing. The wizards know about all kinds of things that people probably shouldn't know about. Actually, now that I think of it, I'm going to come along with you.
Oh?
I've been really wanting to get out and explore a bit.
Sure. Sure, I wasn't expecting it, and maybe a little forward of you, but alright, yeah. Welcome to the team. Do you know anything about the old Dawnguard?
I've only heard stories. Not sure if any of them are true. Like that they were supposed to guard some vampire here, but wound up all becoming vampires themselves when they saw how powerful he was.
Oh.
And then preyed on the rift until finally someone put them down.
That's not
I guess it doesn't matter
comforting.
now. At least Isran is trying to do something noble with the name.
I'll have to ask him about it then. Could you teach me how to make a crossbow?
A basic one, of course. That is, assuming you know anything about steelsmithing. It's pretty simple. Talk to Gunmar if you need materials.
I'm sorry about Serana just pushing you a little bit. Is there anything I can do to help out around here?
I want to add some punch to our crossbow capabilities. I've done all I can on my own. I need a little inspiration. I've always been fascinated with Dwemer artifacts. I take them apart, poke around in their guts, and try to figure things out, with mixed results. But as luck would have it, I've tracked down the location of some actual Dwemer diagram drawings. So, if you'd be a dear and collect those plans for me?
Yeah, I'll get right on that.
Farewell.
I knew it would come to this one day. I knew. And no one believed.
You're just gonna keep saying that, aren't you? Is there anything you can tell me about the old Dawnguard?
Only what I've heard. Back in the Second Era, the Jarl of Riften had a son. Adventurous type. Too much for his own good, it seems. Wound up turning into a vampire. The Jarl, unable to kill his own son, spent a fortune building this keep and hiring men to guard it. Their job was to keep the Jarl's son contained within. They took it seriously, and served honorably. They were eventually forced to put him down. The Jarl banished them from the hold, but they stuck to their cause. Fought vampires wherever they found them. I aim to continue that mission.
Alright.
If you're putting yourself in harm's way, you'd best be prepared. Take these.
Oh. Well, thank you. I like how you're not even wearing the Dawnguard armor, but hey, I'll take it.
Take care of yourself.
I'm gonna take a look at this armor. I wanna see if I can improve it at all. Because he gave me light gauntlets and light boots, but I would want to get all heavy. Heavy boots, heavy gauntlets. Let me go ahead and buy those. Dawnguard shield. And a Dawnguard full helm. Now the real question is, will I be able to improve these to the point where they're worth using at all? I was able to improve my Dawnguard heavy armor beyond that of my silver armor, and I can't even improve my silver armor anymore. So I guess we'll switch to the Dawnguard armor for now. The only thing is I don't have any enchantments on it, and I might want to do that. The only thing is Spellbreaker is much better, so we're gonna stick with Spellbreaker over the Dawnguard shield. I love the look of the Dawnguard shield, it's just not gonna be worth it for me. Not a bad look. I actually really like the look of this armor. I know I've seen Isran and others walking around in it, but I think I look pretty good. You're not paying attention to me at all, are you? Well, we don't have an enchanter here, so I'm gonna need to go somewhere else for that.
I like what Isran has done with the place. It's good to see someone else who's really prepared.
I know Serana suggested going to the College of Winterhold, that might be our best bet for finding some information on the Moth Priest. Before we do that, we should hunt down the crossbow schematics. That's by Ember Shard Mine. Little bit of a ways away, little bit of a trek. But I think that'll be worth it. If anything, I think we need to help build up the Dawnguard. I think we need to help get them equipped and ready for the coming war.
You're mine.
Uh-oh.
Now it's my turn.
Vampire Scouts. My question is, are the Vampire Scouts here because they already knew about Fort Dawnguard, or do you think they know that Serana came here? Do you think they know that Serana is hiding out with us? That she's betrayed her father? If her father is obsessed with destiny, I can't imagine he didn't notice his daughter running off with his Elder Scroll. We may have just painted a little bit of a target on our backs by taking in Serana and agreeing to find this Moth Priest. think I'm all set on improving my Dawnguard armor. Increase magicka, increase heavy armor, stamina, and two-handed attacks for 45% more. Which, I think I have some slight improvements over what I had on my silver armor as well. Fortunately, if I return to the College of Winterhold, I can always wash the enchantments off my armor and just redo all that, if need be. What do you know about the Elder Scrolls?
I mean, as much as anyone. Not a lot. You'd figure a couple 100 years locked away with one would have given me some insight, but no. Turns out you don't learn much from just sleeping with something.
That's news to me. I guess we'll have to keep looking for that moth priest then.
I guess so.
Were you always a vampire?
That's a long story.
I would like to hear it if you don't mind.
I guess we kind of have to go way back, to the very beginning. Do you know where vampirism came from?
I would guess it came from a Daedric lord.
Exactly. The first vampire came from Molag Bal. She was not a willing subject, but she was still the first. Molag Bal is a powerful Daedric lord, and his will is made reality. For those willing to subjugate themselves, he will still bestow the gift, but they must be powerful in their own right before earning his trust.
How did you actually become a vampire then?
The ceremony was degrading. Let's not revisit that. But we all took part in it. Not really wholesome family activity, but I guess it's something you do when you give yourselves to a Daedric lord.
How has it affected your family?
Well, you've met most of us. My father's not exactly the most stable, and eventually he drove my mother crazy with him. And it all ended with me being locked underground for who knows how long. It's definitely been a bad thing, on the whole.
It sounds like it. Are you okay? Are you gonna be alright?
I will be. Just give me a little time.
Of course. We'll just travel Skyrim in silence. How about that? Well, the good news is we're nearly at Embershard Mine. I figure if we're gonna go into battle against more and more vampires, which it seems like we are, I should really be prepared. I should get myself prepared. We should get as much gear, better gear, in order to fight them more effectively. I may want to swap out Longhammer for some of the Dawnguard weapons for some of their arsenal as well. But for right now, let's focus on improving these crossbows if we can. Uh-oh. Just wolves. I don't know why I get so worried. 99% of the time, I'm just fighting more and more wolves. If you're really lucky, Serana, we might fight a bandit or two in Embershard. I guess it just comes down to if anyone else moved back in, because I cleared this out ages ago at this point. It was one of the first places I ever stopped, one of the first places I ever dived into.
So this is the grand tour of Skyrim's caves that you're showing me?
Well, yes. See, and there's our first bandit. There's our first unwilling participant in this little tour. Oh!
Very impressive.
Yeah, you know what? I think this is going to be a little bit of a cakewalk. Did they have that term before you were frozen? Before you were sealed away? Cakewalk? Now, I don't expect bandits to really put up much of a fight against the two of us, and I mean, hey, my armor looks great. I'm ready to test it out, even if it's not going to be
open here.
much of a challenge.
They pay us next to nothing.
Now, where is this schematic? Where is it going to be? Huh? I could sneak through here. I could very well just be a little stealthy, but not really my concern. Serana, you are not wasting any time. You're not messing around here, are you? I guess the real question is, how much do we care about making sure we clear out the entire camp, all of Embershard Mine?
good advice.
Hello? The place is a little big. The place is a little massive, truth be told. I got lost in here my first time through.
Threes? What was he thinking? Full never
I also
saw
remember
the
being
money
so
down the
careful the first time I
Stay on
came
your
through
guard.
here. Not really a necessity this time, huh? Do I have clairvoyance? I don't remember. Here we go. Enhanced crossbow schematic. I'll take that, I'll take the gold. Oh, Dwarven Hall, let me read this note. Hands off the Dwarven Hall until we know who wants this stuff. Word's got out to find a buyer. Until then, anyone caught snooping around in here will get his hand cut off. Joke's on you, I've still got my hands. Him, not so much. See, I don't need to sneak around this time. I feel a lot more confident in just running around, just getting ready to throw down. They're bandits. They're just bandits wearing leather armor. I don't know if there would be any reason to be afraid, to be fearful in this case. Truth be told, I don't know the last time I felt intimidated or scared by bandits.
Hang on. Did you hear something?
I hear something, I see something.
Who's there?
I told you I was going to give you a great tour of Skyrim's caves. What do you think? Can we talk about all the necromantic arts you practice? I'm a little uncomfortable with it, truth be told. I can't wait to get to Winterhold and let her know that I'm the Archmage. No one ever believes me, but if I take her there, maybe then she'll believe me.